This is part of C. The front of the trailer, bulkhead, both will work. I'm looking for excessive rivets missing or damaged, any holes, and that all the patches are properly sealed. The side of the trailer, I'm looking for waviness to indicate damage on the inside that I would have to check. DOT tape is at least 50% on the trailer. If it has more marker lights, you have to do them. I would say the registration box is securely mounted with bolts. It's not cracked or missing. The license plate or VIN plate is in place, not missing or damaged. I have my apron. I'm looking for waviness to indicate damage. No illegal welds, no cracks, no rust through. My skid plate and my apron, there's no gap. It should be properly greased. My frame and cross members, which these are slightly damaged, I would check that there's no illegal welds, no cracks, none are missing. I would also check the floor, that there is no holes, and that all the wood screws are all in place. And I would check all the electrical lines and wires, not ripped or torn, secured at both ends, no frays, no wires showing. The hoses, secured at both ends, no ABCs, abrasions, bulges, or cuts, no leaks. And I would do all of this to the end of the trailer like I did this. Landing gear is properly welded and bolted to the frame of the trailer. No missing nuts and bolts. The turning arm in the middle is not bent, illegally welded, cracked, missing. The landing braces themselves, I'm looking for cracks, illegal welds. It's slightly bent a little bit. That the feet are in the traveling position. Nuts and bolts are in place. No illegal welds, no cracks. The handle that will turn left or right to bring the trailer up or down. You do not have to crank it down during the test. You just have to show them that it will crank left and right. Show them that it has a high and a low, and that it's secured in the safety position. It's not bent or cracked and illegally welded, and the nut and bolt is in place. Turn signal, four-way flasher, amber in color. It's not missing, dangling, cracked. No fogginess in there indicating that it's cracked. It is secured to a bracket with a grommet, and I'm checking the wires to see that they are not torn or missing, and is secured. I have a stationary axle. Do not call it a dual. It is properly welded to the frame of the trailer. I see no illegal welds. I'm looking for rust through, cracks, any missing nuts and bolts. Then I would go in and do my air tank. It is securely mounted with nuts and bolts and brackets. I hear no audible leaks, no illegal welds. The hoses coming from the tank to the double brake chambers, no abrasions, bulges, or cuts or leaks, secured with fittings. The double brake chambers are securely mounted to a bracket to the axle. It has one pressed on O-ring in the front and a clamped O-ring with a nut and bolt, not missing or damaged. Stabilizer bar, not bent, cracked, illegally welded. The welds are secure. The spring mount is securely welded to the frame of the trailer. I'm looking for illegal welds, cracks, rust through. Torque arm is secured to the spring mount with a nut and bolt. Checking that it's not illegally welded, cracked, missing and is secured to the other part of the axle with a bracket, nut, and bolt. Leaf springs. Can you see them there? Leaf springs securely mounted to the axle with 2 U-bolts. They are not scissored, shifted, illegally welded, or cracked. The 2 U-bolts are secured, not bent, cracked, illegally welded, and I would check that all the nuts are in place. Back behind this brake chamber, I have slack adjuster and push rod are securely mounted to the brake chamber with a nut and bolt. When the brakes are released, no more than an inch, it is held with a clevis key and carter pin. It's not missing or damaged. Then you got your brake shoes are held on with nuts and bolts. They're not cracked, missing, no debris from the wheel from over greasing or the hub going bad. The least they can be is a 1/4 inch, and that is on all brake shoes. The brake drum itself, I'm looking for a bluish color, indicating that it got hot. Any cracks, illegal welds. Then I have my inner wheel and rim on the inside tire, and the wheel and rim on the inside tire, the wheel and rim on the outside tire, and the wheel and rim on the outside tire. There's no illegal welds, no cracks, no rust through, and you see no daylight in between the 2 rims. Spaced evenly, there's no debris, tires are not rubbing, meaning flat. Then I have my sidewalls on the inner and outer tires, no abrasions, bulges, or cuts, no leaks. I also are looking for screws and nails and rocks. No debris in between here. They should be evenly worn. "100 pounds of pressure" or manufacturer specs on the side. All my lug nuts, touch each one of them, they're all present. These do not have spacers. I'm looking for rust to indicate looseness, shininess, meaning they've been over torqued, or they are also might be loose. The hub, I check it that it's at the proper level. Dust cap is in place. Bolts are in place here on the wheel, inside wheel. They're not missing or damaged, no leaks. No leaks here and no leaks there. 2 metal valve stems securely mounted with a nut. They're not missing or damaged, cracked. I hear no audible leaks, and their metal cap should be in place. Door spring holds the door open. Check the spring. Check that it's not been welded, cracked, missing. Marker light, red in color, not missing or damaged or dangling. It's held on with a bracket and a screw, and it is secured to a metal panel. No illegal welds, no cracks. Also check the wires that they are securely mounted. And if I forgot to say, red in color, and the wires are not frayed or torn. Alright, start from the top. You have 3 clearance lights. They're red in color. The size of it means that they are LEDs. You probably don't need them. They're not dangling. Grommet is in place. The door latches are secured with their brackets, nuts and bolts that are not missing. They're not illegally welded, cracked, and the handles are secured, not missing or damaged or cracked, illegally welded. Nuts and bolts are in place, and the handles are in the secured bracket safety latch in place. You're checking the weather stripping, that it's not bent, that it's not cracked or torn or missing. The doors themselves, you're looking for holes. Looking at the DOT tape at the top and the bottom. It's not missing or damaged. Red and white. The hinges are secured with nuts and bolts. They are not cracked or missing. And the doors themselves are hung onto the trailer with clevis keys and carter pins. There are none missing, welded, or broken. DOT bumper, ICC bumper, or trailer bumper. All of those are accepted. It's properly welded to the frame of the trailer, checking that there's no cracks, no rust. Do not need to know anything about this, but you have your left and right turn signals, four-way flashers, red in color, not missing, cracked, dangling. They are secured with a grommet. Brake lights left and right are also red in color, not missing, damaged, cracked, and the grommet is in place. Tag light secured with screws and a bracket is white or clear, not missing or damaged. The license plate is secured with nuts and bolts. It's non-expiration and it's clean and clear. It is secured to this metal panel. Mud flap, securely mounted with nuts and bolts to this metal plate. It's not missing, cracked, and at least 6 to 8 inches off the ground. I will do this side of the truck and trailer as I did that side. If you only have the trailer, you would say you will do the trailer the right side of the trailer like you did the left side. And that is the end of C.